In the previous video, we created the external style sheet and allocated width values to two regions. We want the two sections to be next to each other, thus a two-column page. Do you remember the float property I discussed in Unit 3? That will help to position the sections by forcing it out of the normal document flow. We will float navigation to the left and content to the right. In the CSS Designer panel, you will see our two classes listed there. Click on .navigation and select the plus sign next to Properties. Type Float in the Add Property field and choose Left as a value. Next, select .content class in the CSS Designer panel. Select the plus sign again next to Properties. In the Add Property field, type Float and choose the value of Right from the drop-down list. What has happened? You will see the navigation div is flushed to the left of the screen and content flushed to the right. The footer is also at the top of the screen. This is so because the other two regions have been removed from the document flow and the footer took their place in the queue. To force the footer below both of them, we need to set a property of clear. Click on the plus sign next to selectors in the CSS Designer panel. Type in .footer in the active field. Next to Properties, select the plus sign. In the Add Property field, type Clear and choose both from the drop-down menu in the Add Value field box. Now the footer is back at its rightful place at the end of the queue. Let's preview our progress in a browser. Here, it illustrates very well how each div is floating to the edge of the left and right edge, respectively. If you can remember from our composite design, we want these two columns to be next to each other in the middle of the screen. We can accomplish that by using a div tag. We will nest the three regions in one div tag and control the position of that particular div tag on the screen through CSS. Let's go back to Dreamweaver and I will illustrate to you what I mean. Make sure you are in Code View. With the mouse, I will select everything inside the body tags. At the Insert panel docked on the right of the screen, I click on Insert Div Tag. You remember how to do this, right? We keep wraparound selection, and next to class, I will type in the name of this div. I will call it Everything. Click OK. There is now an opening and a closing tag with a class name of Everything. Apart from the code, visually nothing has changed because we haven't styled the class with CSS yet. Let us do that now. At the CSS Designer panel, choose the plus sign next to Selector. Type .everything. Firstly, we'll define the edges of the element. Thus, go to Properties, click in the Add Value field, type Width, and add a value of 900 pixels. It is 900 pixels because that is the sum of the two columns' width. That way we force them closer together. We also want it to appear in the center of the screen and not docked at the left. We use the margin property to set that. Type in margin left and choose Auto from the drop-down list. Do the same for margin right. What this means is that the browser will calculate the remaining screen space and automatically divide that equally on the left and right, forcing the div to the middle of the screen. See what happened? Let's view it in live view. It brought the columns to the center next to one another. The layout structure is complete.